I don't care what market, what state, what city you go to in the US.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally tent country with all of the homeless people, that can't find affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
We have money to fund wars that have nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people right here in our backyard, literally, that we have become accustomed to.
Yep.
They have set up tents in the middle of Manhattan. They've set up tents outside of the Twitter building, formerly Twitter, the X building.
Yeah.
You can go down Hollywood Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, we all knew Skid Row, but Skid Row is literally, it runs the gamut of Hollywood at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we can't find money to take care of our own. It's just insane to me.
No, we can. The money's there, obviously. But what the issue is, I think, is maybe the people in power don't really care about the people who make up this country. Maybe they really don't care. And that's why they rather give all their energy, finance, power, money, materials, everything else to these other countries. They could care less about what happens to the average American. They could care less. I don't think that they really care. When these politicians go out to the churches and they go out and stand on the little soapbox and give their speeches on why they should be president, I haven't watched one of those things in years, but the next one I watch is the one I'm on. Like when I run for president or something, I'll do it. I'll be assassinated the next day.
Yo, you know something you just said, because before it slips my mind, you just spoke about the churches.
Mm-hmm.
I follow you, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
There was a post about Catholic priests in France.
Oh yeah.
They're now being Catholic priests in France are now being forced to wear scannable QR codes to signal whether they are sex offenders as part of a national crackdown on abuse.
Crazy.
Is that not the most insane thing on planet Earth?
Yeah. But like I said, this is the devil's playground. It's the devil's playground. But I think at this point in history, does it really surprise anybody? I think at this point in history, does that really surprise anyone? Since I was a kid, that was like a joke, a running joke, of Catholic priests. I don't have anything against Catholic religion or anybody. Methodist, I grew up Methodist, Baptist for most of my life, but it was one thing for certain that, we was a well-known thing about the priest and what happens with the altar boys, I guess. I don't know, but it's disgusting. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't take religion. I respect it, but I don't know. I'm so separated from it, that it doesn't, it's just it's too flawed by man. It's too influenced by mankind. Like once, the only thing the pure is spirit. That's the only pure thing on this planet. And if we can't follow that, but we choose to follow a man at a pulpit, that says a lot about us. So we can't even follow our own spirit. We got to go to a institution that's going to tax you to be there every Sunday. And where does that money go? The churches don't get any bigger. And if they do, I don't know, then they become stadium size and you got the Joel Osteens and stuff like that. But then, you got problems when those homeless people outside of their church wants to come inside and have a place to rest or sleep or get out of a hurricane or something like that. That's when the church is shut down. There's always money to be found in a church. But you never see where it goes. It doesn't feed the people who are the homeless outside. There's a church not too far from where I live at, right? Like a mile down the street. And if you go a half a mile down from the church, you'll see a bunch of homeless people out there. It's weird. I don't know. But it's a really nice church, though. Multi-million-dollar church. with nice stained glass, and it's open, I guess, once a week. I don't know. But I don't know. I think that religion it's so cut off from what it is supposed to represent. I don't know. It's cut off from what I think it's supposed to represent.
Well,
Yeah.
you had a really crazy response, which you should,
Mm-hmm.
to Catholic priests in France being forced to wear these
Yeah.
scannable QR codes. You was just like, yo, they're giving out QR codes instead of a one-on-one
Yep.
meeting with the angel of
Yep.
death.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I think, if anybody had a problem with it, like I said, you got to look deep down into yourself. Why do we allow these institutions, let's say, well, because they're holy, or we assume they are, we allow them to mess with little kids, and rather than do what's just and right for them, we'll send them off to another church, or we'll send them off to somewhere else to go do the same thing and sweep it under the rug. But if your next door neighbor did that to your child, I'm pretty sure you'd be over that dude's house, ready to catch a charge. It's the only place that works. And we've allowed it to become that, where religion is acceptable to harm little children. But hey, let's blame, terrorist groups and stuff like that too. But turn a blind eye to what's going on in our backyard at a church of all places. But yeah, I'm not gonna, it's a weird thing, but I think
okay, we can leave it there. We can leave it there.
no, I just think that no, it needs to be addressed, but it's a sick place. It's a sick place. I think sick people, and the reason why I said that, like, I hope I never have to kill anyone again, ever. I don't wake up in the morning like, man, you know what? Today's the day. I'm having the itch. Well, no. But people who do harm to children, I think I would have no issue arranging a eternal meeting between your soul and the one who created you. I would have no issue doing that. I don't think children should ever be in a position to have their innocence taken away and harmed from an adult. No, that's worse than a bully. Like, you're just a scum. I don't think you should exist. You can line up a big platter, take your soul out, and let me feast on it. Never mind. Yeah, but I don't like people like that.
No, I don't think any of us do.
No.
Real talk. And I don't think that you are going to get too much opposition to anything you said, in terms of, when it comes to kids, children, and their innocence, that's sacred.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody who takes away that innocence, I got no problem.
Hey, it's weird. It's
with them having the ultimate penalty.
Yeah, it's so weird, but we allow it to keep going. It's what's weird to me. Like, we'll boycott Bud Light because they hired what was it? I don't even know how to even make this PC. Was it a transgender?
Yeah.
They hired, or I don't even know the whole story, but the face of Bud Light or something like that, right? People stopped buying from Bud Light. They stopped purchasing their products and investing in that. But we won't do the same for a church, though. We won't do the same for a church. We won't boycott a church because for some odd reason, we feel like some people feel that the need that, well, I have to go to church to become right with my maker, or because it's something that my parents did. But if that institution is corrupt, criminal, and doing vile things that is opposite of what your God or the creator is, why still continue to feed into that same institution? Is it still the house of the whatever you want to call it? If it's tainted and polluted with child stuff, why would I still want to keep indulging in that practice and facilitating that practice by attending and giving my money and my time to that institution, when all that person's going to do potentially is go off and do things to children. And to make me feel better, you offer me a QR scan code. So as you're walking down the aisles, spraying your smoke, I can scan you like a robot. It doesn't make any sense.